Hello everyone, Stuart Benner here, and we are going to start playing Pathfinder Kingmaker. I am going to create a new game right now through the main story and create a new character. Now this screen allows you to select a difficulty. This is kind of important. This is a difficult and long game to play. And if you don't have familiarity with the type of game, I would recommend that you start off maybe on one of the easier settings. So if we look at easy, for instance, I do not want to auto, so I'm going to change a few things. I don't want to auto level up anybody. We have moderately easier enemies. Critical hits are actually off. I don't know if I want that. We'll leave them as weak. We don't want to auto level up because that prevents us from being able to control our companions. Different things that they're going to pick, feats, even what classes that they're going to go up in. So I think this is a good way to start. For us, we're going to create a brand new character. There are some choices here that you have people to start with. And I'm going to actually create a fighter so I know what kind of image I want. The game comes with some preset companions, which I do use because they're integral to a cool storyline. But I would say, I'm also there's also capability to hire mercenaries that you can create, and then you can pick what classes they are. And that's something that I'm planning on doing. So I'm going to stick with the human, but you have, as you can see, a large range of races that you can choose from with different benefits. And I'm also going to stick with just the basic fighter. Now there's a lot of other choices that you have. Some of these that you can get to when you have different capabilities. The last time I played this game briefly, I've never finished it. I did a sorcerer, and it's a good class to have, but I think I'm going to make one this time as a mercenary. So I'm going to start off with a fighter and a two-handed fighter. I'm not going to take the pre-made build. I'm going to select things myself. So I like my fighters to have a lot of strength. I'm going to give him strength as his racial bonus. Oh, it gave me charisma. If I lower the charisma one, I can take my strength back up. I don't know if I want to lower my charisma though. Well, I like the strength bonus of +4. I'm not sure I may live to regret these. I'm going to have to rely on other people to be charismatic. Okay. Well, I don't like that. Oh, there we go. Perfect. That's the way we're going to go. So then I'm going to put some points in athletics. And yeah, I'm going to have to rely on other people to be persuasive. And we're going to have a party. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go with weapons focus for, I'm going to go with a great sword. And then I'll go with power attack and cleave. Cleave is something where if you make it says if you make a single attack, if you hit, you can make an additional attack against a foe that's adjacent. So this is a pretty cool bonus, I think.
You're done for. Their life ends here. I won't give up.
Damn it all.
This will hurt.
Let's hear you cry.
The path is clear.
Adventures await.
I'm going to make my character neutral good. You can explore all the different classes. To me, it's the best one. I don't necessarily like chaotic, where you're not chaotic good, where you're just not really paying attention to the law at all. But I also don't always feel like the law is the be-all and end-all. So if you try to be a neutral good character, it's easier for me personally to follow. I'm not really that concerned about the birth date. There, we'll go with that.
This is my path.
Alright, it looks like my character, Landon Moonwind, is created. So we are now going to go through the beginning part of this, and it's really tells the story.
Our story started at the mansion of an Aldori sword lord. Drawn by the promise of a most dangerous task and a commensurately huge reward, heroes of all stripes gathered here.
Where are they? This is taking forever! They didn't even say what this was for, just that the Aldori were looking for heroes. Who are the Aldori anyway? Rich folk?
If you can't be patient, no one's keeping you here. Just go back to your mountains or whatever hole you crawled out of. The Aldori Sword Lords run the premier school for the dueling arts. They're also the richest and most influential group in this part of Brevoy. Take that tone with them, and they'll teach you some manners pretty quickly.
All right, you purple toad, just shut your trap. And if you can't, I'll help you.
Hush! Quiet! They're coming.
Greetings, everyone. I am Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori, and this is Lord Mayor Yosef Salimius of Restov. Welcome to my mansion.
We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for responding to our call. You may be few, but that's unavoidable. We need only the best of the best for this task. And I see true heroes before me, strong and fearless, exactly what Restov needs.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Now, to the point. South of here, just beyond Brevoy's border, lies a region known as the Stolen Lands. This is disputed territory, and while it's long been claimed by nearby states, it's never been truly taken. I won't bore you with the legal technicalities. Suffice to say that anyone with enough courage and power to seize the Stolen Lands and name themselves Baron or Baroness, claiming dominion, well, none of the neighboring states would be able to challenge it. Of course, Restov would be first to recognize the legitimacy of this new state, as well as the noble title of its founder. Unfortunately, one serious obstacle stands between you and this title. A gang of bandits holds sway in the Stolen Lands. Their chief, who they call the Stag Lord, considers himself the rightful owner of these lands, and no one has yet been able to challenge his power. Bring me his head, and you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands as their legal ruler. Any questions?
So I'm going to click some of these in turn. I'm not sure if they disappear. Sometimes in this game, if you pick one, it changes what options you have available. I think this is one where I can ask all of these. So I'm going to start with this one. I think that's a legitimate question. Who will Steve without?
I will, of course. I'm the leader of this team, after all. Don't worry, though. I'll make it worth your while to help me.
We haven't yet begun, and you already speak of divvying rewards. What makes you think we'll even succeed? There's little point arguing over who gains the title when we'll most likely lose our lives there.
If I may please answer the question. We believe you're all equally deserving of a noble title. Over the course of your expedition, it will be up to you as a team to decide which of you is best suited to rule.
So this is kind of a good question too. I'm assuming it's because he's considered a bad guy as a bandit stealing.
That's a good point. As I see it, this Stag Lord already holds power over the region with confidence. Many noble bloodlines were started by bandits who just got lucky, weren't they?
So this seems to be a good way to learn who some of these characters are and kind of what their alignment probably is. Obviously, this character values power, so it's likely that she's more of an evil candidate than some of the other ones.
Perhaps because we do have standards to maintain. This room has seen many celebrations of adventurers, and even those who just got lucky. But giving a noble title to a bandit lord? That's one thing that's never happened here, and it won't while I still breathe.
Alright, let's move on to the next one here.
Don't ask stupid questions. Why should you even care? What they have to gain and why, that's for Lady Aldori and I to discuss. It's none of your concern. Your only concern is to swing your sword around, or whatever it is you do.
Of course, we stand to benefit from this enterprise. But if you're concerned that we intend to rule your country from afar, using you as a front, well, please know that these concerns are unfounded. Let's just say that we have a strong interest in the region's stability. We have need of a ruling power we can negotiate with, not bandit gangs and monster hordes.
What is that smell in the air? Is it the smell of unspoken words and political intrigue?
And what reward would you seek beyond a noble title and your own lands?
We'll absorb the costs of preparing and equipping your expeditions. Once you return victorious, Restov will also allocate you a significant sum to provide financial support for you to establish your country. Essentially, we'll help you build your capital. I hope such a reward is satisfactory.
Words, words, words. Significant, financial. I can't fill my belly with pretty words.
Of course. There will also be an official banquet held in your honor. All of Rostov's high society will gather to celebrate your feat.
Now you're talking.
Excellent. You venture forth tomorrow. For now, you can take some time to get to know one another better. Or you can head straight to your guest rooms to get some rest. You'll find we've already prepared supplies for you there. And thank you again for agreeing to take part in this expedition. I wish you luck.
Thank you again, with all my heart, for replying to this call. The flare in your eyes reveals your courage, the unshakable will that distinguishes true heroes. I look at you, O champions of Restov, and doubt not for a second that you'll be victorious. So venture forth toward your feet. Go, and return in triumph.
Alright, let's see. Who can I talk to here?
My name's Lindsay. I'm a bard, though this is my first real adventure. So, shall we go teach this stag lord a lesson? Likewise. Actually, I also wanted to ask you something. How do you feel about this Tartuccio fellow? I think he's pretty obnoxious personally. He appointed himself head of the team, and he's just after the Baron's crown, or whatever it is barons wear. Doesn't matter. I don't like him. I think you should be team leader. When I first saw you, I couldn't help but think, now here's a real hero. Someone who'll be praised in poems and songs. This is the person I'll write my book about.
Alright, I think that's impolite, and that's not what I would say. I don't feel like I'm a mercenary. I don't know that I am a hero, but I think my character would like to be a hero. So I'm going to say this one.
Damn, I should have led with that. Please, just let me explain. You know what the trouble with most heroes' biographies is? They're always written years later, based on the tales of, best case, people who saw things from the outside. Worst case, someone heard about it from their brother, who heard it from their friend, who heard it from their cousin, and so on, adding a new batch of lies each time. Every time I read about a heroic journey, I think to myself, why didn't they just bring a bard with them to write it all down properly? And then I thought, I could be that bard. I just needed to find a suitable hero and volunteer to follow along on their glorious adventure. A great plan, huh? And here we are, with a heroic journey lying before us. Who's going to be the hero? Some dwarf who keeps muttering about how we'll all die? Or maybe that horrific scythe lady? Or, gods forbid, Tartuccio? No way.
Well, I do have something against Tortuccio, but it's between one of these two. This sounds a little bit arrogant, but I think it's kind of almost playful, so I'll go with that one.
Deal. All right. I'm going to my room to write about tonight. See you in the morning.
See if there's anybody else I can talk to here. So this brings up something that's going to be on our quest list. We can look at that in a minute. I'm going to see. I don't think I can actually really talk to any of these people. So let's go through some of this. This is a quick way to see the inventory that I have, which right now isn't much. Another way to do that is to right-click here. This is how to get to the spell book, which I don't have. I like the map idea. I run that. I use that a lot. And the map will actually show you enemies, so people that are blue are not your enemies. This is a menu, get into your save options. This is to select all characters, which we only have one right now. This is the one that's important about the journal. This will take you to your character screen. So if we go to the journal right now, we have to leave the hall. So I'm going to go ahead. It doesn't seem like I can talk to these people much. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm not the fastest person in the world. Alright, so we'll go out here.
Mansion's under attack. We need to help. Some villains broke in and started killing everyone. I barely made it. Hurry, we have to help the guards fight off the attackers or we'll all be cut down one by one.
Alright, I am going to, well, once it lets me. Oh, doesn't look like I'm going anywhere. Alright, so this gives an idea of combat. we're not going to look at this. There's a couple ways to do combat, and it looks like this is one which is real time where you click on who you're fighting.
Strike with all your might.
I am on turn-based mode. Okay, that's the way I like to do it. You click on it, and then you can pick up what you see here. I'm going to pause the game by hitting the space bar, and I'm going to open my character sheet, and I'm going to go to inventory. So let's see. This chain shirt isn't as good as a scale mail in terms of armor class. It does reduce the armor check penalty. It does give me better abilities for maximum dexterity bonus. I don't really have that high dexterity. And it weighs 5 pounds less. Let's just quickly see if that changes my speed down here. So you see my speed is only 20. It does improve my speed, but my armor class is now 16 when it was 17. I'm not sure what works better for me, honestly. The speed can make a big difference. I'm going to stick with the better armor class for right now, but I'll see. The other thing I've got the choice between an Earthbreaker and my sword. And I'm going to go with the sword. If you notice, my plus to attack improves with that, and also my critical improves. And the other thing you can do is you can tell from here like what you're going to have to compare them quickly. So the damage is the same, but the attack is better, probably because I'm specializing. Alright, I am happy now. I'm going to unpause it. There's nothing else. I'm looking around here, there's nothing to click on, so I'm going to go through the door and out in the hallway.
No stopping now.
Okay, she wants me to follow her. I'm going to check out this other room over here first, just in case there's something in it of interest. And there is. Fortunately, there's a dead person in here, but there's also the chest. So, all of these things look like they don't weigh very much, so I am going to take them. Generally, you can see my character doesn't really fly through here, and I'm thinking, again, that's because of the weight issues. I'm going to check out these rooms just to be on the safe side. See if there's any. See, now there's something over here on this bookshelf. A map, more gold, and a book. The book is worth 12 gold. And it's only 2 pounds, so I'm definitely taking that book. Okay, now there's nowhere else for me to go, and now I'm going to follow Lindsay. Something else is going on.
We cannot be defeated.
Alright, Lindsay is working on her own here, it looks like. And this is where, see, in the turn base, this is all the further I can go. The green is all the further I can go and still attack. So I can go up here, and I can do this to make myself go quicker. But I can't attack yet. Bertuzio doesn't seem like... Oh, good! He ran by me and I was able to do an attack of opportunity. Bertuzio doesn't seem like he's doing anything.
Time. A bit longer and I'd have been... Whew, I don't even want to think about it. Can you imagine what a terrible loss this would have been? But it's all right now. I'm safe, sound, and unscathed, ready to lead you to victory. Lady Jamandi's holding the line in the banquet hall. You know, the one where she had us gathered before. We need to make our way to her. And along the way, we'll try to save some of these dummies who are supposed to accompany us to the stolen lands. Speaking of dummies, take this ring. Quiet now, so that little fool doesn't hear us. She might try to steal it herself. It's magical. It'll protect you. You'll need it while you work to defend me.
I'm going to pause that. Now we're both, you see now they're in our party. Did I pause it? Yes. Alright. So again, I'm going to go to my inventory screen, and I'm going to look at his. He gives you a +1 to armor class, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to go up to 18. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check out what he has. I think he's a jerk. I'm going to take his Cure Light Wounds potions from him. And let's see. This is a light crossbow. Same thing that he's got. I'm going to make sure that I have these. Alright. Oh, did I check everything? No, there's some weapons on them. Okay. It's blocked from the other side. So we have to go this way. Here's something over here. That's one thing it's talking about here that's true. I can change the formation. Some of these are basic formations and some of these are custom formations. I'm going to go probably with that one. Alright, we'll go over here and see what's in it. Again, some things that are worth.
March on.
I'll go in the front just because I've got the high armor class and they kind of are more distance attackers.
They dare to attack me.
Well, why is he way back? Whoever that is way back there. Not cool. Alright, I'm going to try to get up here. I like to close the distance with the bowman, but unfortunately I'm not able to do that. It looks like, the good news is it looks like they are, I can't attack with them either. It looks like they're kind of flat-footed. We surprised them. Oh good, Lindsay can attack. She's going to go ahead and attack this bowman.
Serves you right.
But miss. I got to close the distance. Yeah, we'll let him go ahead
Leave
and
this
do
one to me.
his Ray of Frost that he's casting. Sort of helpful. He tries to use his bow. Oh, I'm not close enough. I was hoping I was close enough to
You deserved it.
have an opportunity to attack, but I wasn't. There, I closed. That greatsword is really taking these people out. Unfortunately, The Ray of Frost doesn't do much anything, but my armor class is so difficult, he's having trouble hitting me. Alright. So this is going to talk about hit points. They can drop in negative numbers. You see if it becomes, if the negative hit points becomes equal to the Constitution score, they die. So we've got some things to worry about, but really we can heal people up if you've played this any type of game like this before, Dungeons and Dragons, you can heal people up. Now one of the things, if you look here, these things are only worth 1 gold piece, but they're 10 pounds. This is worth 8 gold pieces at 2 pounds. So I usually try to avoid taking the armor unless it's really, really good armor, and this is not really good armor. I'm just looking around here, nothing to click on. So we're going to go out of here. I can't figure out why these guys are so far behind me.
No stopping now.
There we go. Alright, we're going to go into these doors as we go through here. Yeah, it's true. It does look like everybody's dead, or a lot of people. Something else I see in here. There's another door over here. Don't know if there's going to be anybody in these. Hide armor again. I don't think it's worth taking the 25 pounds. That's a pretty heavy thing to carry around, and it's not really that valuable.
It is done.
This is more like it. Alright. Like we don't have a lot of choice, this is the way we're going to go. Oh, sounded like a Miri.
It's the end for you rats!
Follow me. Let's make this quick.
Alright, again, I'm way back here,
We
so
won't falter.
one thing I might consider is readying some range weapon. I don't know that I'm going to use it very often because I doubt it will help me that much.
This is where I step in.
That'll be as effective. But I might do it. Okay. Well, looks like they've got some attacks that hit her, but she missed. Alright, my chance to come in here and
Forwards!
Out of my way!
Serves you right.
alright, that was pretty easy.
Oh, it's you. Stay up from under my feet or I'll strike you down. Blood for Gorum!
Barbarians.
I think that's exactly how heroes should be.
What, stupid, sweaty, and always looking for something to gobble up or lop the head off of? Calistria, save me from such heroes.
Alright, looks like we can't, it's locked there, so we can't do that. Again, let's look here. Everything here is something we can take pretty easily, and it looks like the only way to go. So we'll follow where Miri is. This looks like it's another thing where we can't really take any action at the moment. We have to watch. Wow. Oh, he trampled his own person. And he's got magic. Wow. It's probably good that we didn't run into that one or we would have been killed. Now it looks like we are back to being able to move. Okay, I'll take those. See what's left is here. I guess I'll take all that stuff. We can always drop things if it becomes a problem. Yeah, we can't go through that, so we only have one option, this doorway. I want to make sure that we're back in a structure here in case we have any combat. Still can't go that way. Can we get? Oh, this is the skill check. So this depends on our dexterity if we can get through here.
Applause, please.
Looks like
We will be victorious.
I think this is going to be my last fight here
Leave
for the
this
day.
to me.
And we'll pick it up. Alright, she
You
is
deserve
still far
it.
enough off that she can do that. That's awesome. I probably should have had her take out the other dude. Let me do it. So this was a mistake, because I can't reach him now. We may have been able to kill both of them if I had planned it better. But, attack of opportunity took care of it. Alright, I got a couple more minutes before I have to move on to something else. So, I'm again going to... I'll go ahead and take one more trip through here. Alright, so we made it to the armory. Let's see if we can find some weapons in here that'll be helpful for us. I'm in pretty good shape, but I'm not sure about everybody else. So, ooh, a nice, a composite longbow. If there's going to be any longbow that I'm going to want to try, it's going to be that one. Now, bandit nails were 62, so it's worth the high weight, I think. Same is true with the breastplate. I'm not sure if either of these people need it, but
What have we here? This chest is full of gold. I guess it's for the guards' salaries, all things considered. Well, those freeloaders don't seem to have been working too hard for it. Maybe we should pocket it instead.
it's just like an opportunity to show my alignment.
What? No, we're heroes, not thieves.
Who said we were stealing it? We'll just take the gold for safety so the assassins don't get it. And then we can heroically return it to Jamandi when this is all over.
Finally, a voice of...
Do what you want. I don't care. It was just a suggestion. But there's a lot of...
So I'm not going to use it. We're going to get out of here. Yeah, let's see. Well, this is a strange hallway that leads to nowhere. I don't know in real life if you'd have that, but...
Oh, familiar faces. I hope you're not so frightened as to swing at every shadow. It's me, Jathal.
Jathal.
I don't recommend advancing down the hallway, assuming you value your life, of course. There were a few people with me, and you can see what happened to them.
And just how did they all end up dead while you don't seem to have a scratch?
I'll answer but briefly and just once. Further scares and explanations will wait until we aren't being hunted by a group of assassins. Deal? All right. I'm undead. These traps are deadly to the living, but they're harmless to me.
What do you mean, undead? Really? Like zombies or skeletons or...
As I said, further explanations will wait until later. All you need to know right now is that we're on the same side, and we have to fight off a small army of hired assassins. Let's get to it.
Okay, so she's back to us again. Or joining us, I mean. So that means I've got to make a decision about where she's going to be. I am going to put her up front, I think. Though I do want...
March on.
Whoop. So this is a case where I want her to move up on her own to disarm the trap.
Applause, please.
Check that out.
Just letting the ink dry.
So somebody has to have the perception enough to even see it.
Applause, please.
What's that?
There's another one. The good news is, if you look down here at this running commentary, we get experience points
Adventures
for every
awesome.
time that we take care of a trap.
Anything else?
That might be the last one. Now these are scrolls. Can be used by this character, but might be able to use it by somebody else. And I think we're at a point now where I'm going to stop for this moment. So we're going to save the game. or we're going to save. You can see we have 2 auto saves. These are some other characters I have. I'm going to save it right now. The game is saved. So I'm also going to exit the desktop. So this is the end of our first episode. When we get back, it looks like there's some people here to fight, my guess. We will keep going on and exploring this, I don't know if you want to call it a castle, but certainly it's the opening stage of the game. We will finish that up and see what we have next to do. So thanks everybody for joining me. Hopefully you come back for episode 2.